Good day everyone, I am teacher Shana and I am here in front to report about the Greek goddesses and how these goddesses can affect the life and culture of the Greek ancient. First, let's start with Hera, um, called Hera in Greek and called Juno in Roman. Role, her role is chief of goddess marriage. First, this is Hera. Okay. Um, si Hera ang naghahatag of faithfulness sa mga couple sa marriage life. And then, siya po ang nag-guide sa rule sa kababaihan as a mother to their children and a wife to their husband. Celebrate po sila festivals, ginadedicate nila kay Hera called Heraya. And then, in traditional Filipino weddings, couple offer prayer and sacrifices to Hera for prosperous and harmonious marriage life. They might also adorn wedding attire symbols representing Hera, such as peacock feathers, and they also perform traditional dance and song as a sign of devotion and respect to the goddess of marriage. Okay, next. Aphrodite in Greek and called Venus and Roman. Role, goddess of beauty. Um, Role, goddess of beauty. Si Aphrodite, ano na siya, influence or represent niya siya sa love, sexual desire, attraction, beauty, and then um, they offer prayers and also coins for successful love relationship. And Aphrodite is born from seafoam na buhay siya sa sa dagat. And then, in coastal communities, fishermen and their families might hold on ceremonies dedicated to Aphrodite. They offer fresh flowers and seafoods. They might also perform traditional dance and songs uh, for uh, for Aphrodite's blessings, abundance, and their lives. This is Aphrodite. Next is Artemis, and Greek and called Jana and Roman, goddess of hunting. Um, this is Artemis. This is Artemis. This is Artemis. Artemis is the protector of wild animals and nature. Um, she was also the guardian of women. Ano ba sila nagapanganak? Siya ang naghatag of safe delivery and protection. And then, indigenous tribes living in the mountain gather during full moon to offer prayer and sacrifices to Artemis and for their successful hands and protection from wild animals. And they also perform sacred rituals deep in the forest under the moonlit sky. Next is Demeter in Greek and called Ceres and Roman. Demeter is the goddess of harvest and known as the goddess of agriculture. This is Demeter. They built temples in rural areas um, to honor and kung asa sila pwede nila i-praise si Demeter. And then perform po sila rituals to maintain their good crops. During planting and harvest season, farming communities would gather gather and performs and offer ceremonies. And they also offer the fresh fruit of their harvest and perform traditional dances and songs to ensure the fertility of their land and Demeter's Demeter's blessings of abundance and prosperity in their lives. This is Demeter. Next is Athena in Greek and called Minerva and Roman. She is the goddess of wisdom. Naniniwala sila na si Athena ang nagbibigay sa kanila ng wisdom and intelligence. This is Athena. And then, Athena upholds justice and moral values. Before embarking on journey and engaging in battles, they might seek Athena's guidance and protection, and they offer prayers and sacrifices for guidance and strategic prowess and their endeavors. And the next is Hestia in Greek and called Vesta and Roman. Hestia is goddess of heart. Heart means altar. Sa ilang household, sa ilang house, nagabuot silang altar na kung asa, ginasamba nila si Hestia, and then nag-offer silang mga drinks and foods every meals sa altar ni Hestia. And then, dili sila na influensyahan pod na maging hospitality na kung asa na sila guest, gina-welcome nila ilahang mga guest. And then build po sila public hearts or public pugon sa mga town o cities na kung asa pwede pa nila sambahon sa Hestia. And Filipino families might gather during important celebrations and rituals to honor Hestia for her blessings of warmth and harmonies in their home. They maintain the sacred flame of the heart as a sign of Hestra's presence and protection. By the way, this is Hestra. This is Hestra. Next is Zeus. Zeus in Greek and called Jupiter and Roman. Zeus is the chief of God. Si Zeus, mauni siya ang gods of sky and air. And then, he is also the king of the gods and the ruler of the skies. Nag-offer sila festivals na kung asa ginasamba nila si Zeus, and then si Zeus po ang nag-control sa weather. In times of drought and natural disasters or natural calamities, they organize ceremonies to appease Zeus, and they offer prayers and sacrifices for rain and protection from storm, and they also seeking Zeus' mercies and benevolence. By the way, this is Zeus, the chief of God, Next is Apollyon in Greek, or Apollo and Roman. God of poetry, music, and sun. Si Apollyon, or Apollo, known as God of art, music, and poetry. Known po siya na kanang naghatag of protection o healing. Muna siya si yun. And then, as a God of the sun, naghatag siya og light and warmth sa ilaha. And then, nag-perform po sila healing rituals for healing from diseases, sa mga may sakit, and health. And um, musicians and poets perform in amphitheaters. Um, Musicians and poets gather in amphitheaters to perform, to offer performance and recitals to showcase their creativity and talents. Craftsmen and artisans dedicated their work to Apollo as the god of music and poets. And um, they contribute, this contributes the artistic excellence and innovation, flourishing the craftsmanship and Filipino culture. Next is Aris. Aris in Greek and called Mars and Roman. Mars is god of war. Um, si Aris, by the way, this is Aris. Si Aris, naghatag sila protection or sa mga soldiers during their battles, and then before sila magsabak sa laban, naga-perform sila war dances, and then naga-build sila temples around the kanang duol gud sa ilahang battle area, and then naga pray naga offer sila prayers for victory kay Aris. And then ano siyang god of war, muning nagaguide sa ilaha nga kanang naghatag sila wisdom and protection sa ilang pakikipaglaban. And then next is Hephaestus in Greek and called Vulcan and Roman, god of blacksmiths. Naniniwala sila na ang craftsmanship nila, muna siya si Hephaestus, ang craftsmanship nila skills kay gikan ni kay Hephaestus. And then ang ilang mga craftsmanship na nabuhat like pottery, weaving, gina-dedicate nila na kay Hephaestus, and then gina-offer po nila ilahang crafts. Nag-celebrate po sila of festivals. Nag-celebrate po sila of festivals na kung asa gina-honor nila si Hephaestus. And then naniniwala po sila na si Hephaestus, god of fire, na during infulgistry and crafting, sa paggamit nila apoy, ginatagaan sila protection and guidance ni Hephaestus. And then next is Hermes, called Hermes in Greek and Mercury in Roman. This is Hermes. This is Hermes. Hermes is messenger of the gods. Naniniwala sila na through Hermes nag-communicate siya ang messenger ba nga nag-communicate ang human sa gods, and then siya po ang naghatag og protection and guidance sa mga travelers and merchants, and then siya ang nag-guide sa mga merchants and travelers to have successful trade, and then naga-perform po sila og rituals para magkaroon og mga successful silang pangangalakal and safe journey. And also sa ilang paglalakbay naga-throw sila og stone of pillars as a sign na naa si Hermes or guidance of Hermes sa ilang journey. And then next, the last one is Poseidon. Poseidon, called Neptune in Roman, and his role is the god of the sea. By the way, this is Poseidon, the god of the sea. They built temples and coastline to honor Poseidon, where they can praise Poseidon. And then they also have sea offerings. Nag-offer sila kanang horses, kabayo, good for offer. Gina-offer nila sa sea kay si Poseidon, god of the storms, sea, and horses. Siya ang nag-control ana. And then naniniwala sila na pag naado sa tempered si Poseidon, nagkakaroon daw ng earthquake. That's why na nag-offer po sila og kanang food and horses sa sea to have a safe sea voyages and bountiful catches. And that would be all. Thank you.